Exempting Social Security income from our state income tax would save Connecticut seniors about $45 million a year. We're already very close to a full exemption on Social Security benefits, and now is the time to join the majority of other states and end Social Security taxation entirely. Currently, we are one of only 13 states that do tax Social Security benefits. The other states are Colorado, Kansas, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Mexico, North Dakota, Rhode Island, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia. So, of course, our neighboring states of Massachusetts and New York already have that exemption.
Our seniors are vital members of our community. That money goes directly back out in services, goods. We actually think it'll have a positive economic effect. Whether we means test it or not is a discussion that we're going to have with the other side of the aisle, and that is a possibility, and a phase-in is also a possibility. But it is a bill that we fully intend to put on the board in both the House and the Senate this year to bring to a vote to let the seniors know that we stand with them when it comes to exempting their Social Security.
Under very extreme and difficult budget circumstances, we were able to exempt our veterans' pensions as well, and we're able to do it because we understand that this is the right thing to do, that especially as with them, as for our seniors, they're all in our communities. We want them to stay in the state of Connecticut. We want them to continue to be with their families. I look at my parents who have just retired themselves, and I want to make sure that they're able to continue to be with my family, with my kids, and that they're able to help support the family unit that we have. And we can only do that when we're helping our seniors at each and every turn, and we're providing them the relief that they need with their Social Security benefits and their pensions.
So we're trying to be more competitive, and we're trying to get people to not only stay here when they retire after having successful careers in Connecticut and raising their families, but spending more money, as Senator Duff alluded to. You can talk about fiscal notes all you want. What you can't predict is what would this do in 5 years? How much more money is spent on the sales tax? How much more money are towns getting in property taxes? People are staying and staying rooted where they raise their families.
It's a smart policy to make Connecticut more attractive. And sometimes that means spending money in areas. In this instance, it means not taxing a certain population of our state that we believe is important to stay in Connecticut. And so in that regard, it's not, we can't stop doing policy decisions that are good for Connecticut, making us a smarter state in terms of our policies. We've had issues with respect to our budget for several years now, but we need to continue to advance policy decisions that make us stronger.
This is an important piece of policy that, again, as Representative Ritter spoke to, that has been a long time in making, and I look forward to support from all sides of the aisle, from every committee. I'd actually like to see it pass unanimously.
This is a critical issue, not just to keeping people who are retired in our state, but as has been alluded to, keeping younger people in our state. People make decisions as families. They make decisions across generations, and young people will decide to stay in the state of Connecticut if they can also have the security and the safety and the comfort of knowing that their parents in their retirement will choose to stay here in Connecticut. This policy is critical that we move forward with for Connecticut, both to keep retired people in Connecticut and to keep young people here.
Talking with people who are now retired on income that they generated back in the 60s or the 70s, and of course we have my generation who, of course I'm still working, my husband just recently retired, who have generated income in the 80s and 90s in the early part of this decade. How do we keep them here in our state and their concerns about putting money and income in their pocket? When you live on a fixed income, this has an incredible impact, a very good one. And it's tailor-made for my district, and I think it's very good policy for everyone in our state.